everyone. Welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. This is episode 16 of our Mothership sci-fi horror RPG campaign of Gradient Descent. My name is John. I am the warden for the evening, and going around the horn tonight we have...
Hello, I am Mike, and I am playing the Marine Rick Sharp.
Hi, everybody. I'm Matt, and I am reprising my role, thank you, Ted, as Thulsa, the scientist.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ted, and I will be reprising my role as Delphonse Hubble, Marine.
Nice. And normally we would have David playing David the android, but he is dead to us tonight. So it's just the four of us tonight. The caller tonight shall be Matt. I have made it so. Matt, keep these guys in line and keep things snappy. All right. The date and time in the campaign is the 12th of January, 2125. Is approximately 5:20 in the morning aboard the Deep. So it was, we've gone through a couple episodes recently of some high-paced action in our slow burn horror game. Mostly taking place out in space, where the PCs, the crew, found themselves sort of caught in the middle between two very powerful warring factions. The Thelema Industries, represented by the Zhuangzi and their troubleshooter ship, which the crew commandeered, well, mostly David commandeered, actually, but with big help thanks to Hubble. Through a critically failed check, but nevertheless, he helped. And the other side was Monarch, which decided that it didn't like the fact that the Zhuangzi's heat-seeking missiles blew up the bottom half of the Deep. And Monarch sent out a whole bunch of forgotten androids and to attack the Zhuangzi. It destroyed one of the other boarding skiff. They had a massive battle out in space between troubleshooters and androids, while the crew was attempting to scuttle unawares down into the loading dock, which is very near the destroyed part of the Deep, near the bottom, which they managed to do successfully. The skiff, piloted, I use the term very loosely, by David, was not totaled, but heavily damaged as he attempted, with no expertise at all, but managed to successfully do it, ram that ship into the loading dock floor, while the rest of the crew made their way slowly through space, avoiding the battle, and out in space, and made their way to the loading dock as well, where the entire crew met up with each other once again. Retreating from the loading dock, they went back to the elevator landing and sent the elevator up, snapping the hunter's steel webs that were coating that area, but not before taking out the cocoon, which had a cocoon of steel webs, which had the body of Zebra, who was one of the members of Romanoff Company, whose outstretched hand was holding an artifact, which was a floppy disk. I failed to mention, though, that floppy disk is actually a 3.5-inch floppy disk, not a 5 1/4. So it's more rigid than actually floppy. Don't have any idea what that is. Back at the Ackler, prior to getting to the loading dock, you actually deposited your other artifact, which is the big ball of cables, all the IO inputs, IO jacks. And you're just, I don't know what you're doing with that because you didn't get any answer yet, but the machine is working on it. And Matt wasn't with us last time, so Thulsa was in the NPC cloud. However, in Thulsa's last appearance, Thulsa got chewed up by some androids outside before retreating back into the Ackler. So chewed up enough that if everyone takes a look, if you're watching, you can see that little red dot on the bottom of Matt's face there. That is his first wound. He only has one more before he's dead, and you have 4 health points left. Is that right, Matt? Is that what you told me?
Plenty. Yeah.
Not plenty. So what we're going to say is, because in the intervening episode that Thulsa was not present, she definitely would have bled out, but we're going to retcon it and just say that 2 things need to happen here. We need to use Sharp's first aid kit, which in order to stop the bleeding, which I'm fine with, and then you need to jab yourself with a stim pack in order to give yourself some more health back. And we're going to say that happened while you were in the NPC cloud, likely back in the Ackler for that brief amount of time that you were actually just sort of recuperating from the space battle before you made your way to the loading dock. Okay? So let's start with that. Let's do stim pack. Stim packs are cool. So
Cool.
You get to reduce 1 stress automatically, which is pretty sweet. Which you were at 11, so that drops you down to 10, if I'm correct, right? Is that what you have?
Yes.
Okay. And then,
Do I need to make any checks for the med kit?
no, it's just a thing. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
It's just a thing.
Just a thing.
and then you're going to restore 1d10 health. So why don't you roll a d10?
And just for record keeping, this is the stim pack that I actually got from Zebra Company. Like when we met and I kind of talked to them and they passed off a couple things.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's a full circle. Well, thank you, Zebra. As
There's
I
that female
roll,
member that gave it to you.
right? As I roll this d10, it's a 3.
A 3. Okay, so you gain 3 health.
But I'll take it. You know, that's plenty.
But you've seen how much damage like gunfire does, right?
I know.
It's usually
I'm
multiple
definitely allergic to
d10s.
bullets.
Yeah. So just to give you a frame of reference, like you're at 7 now, right? And most gunfire is going to do like multiple d10s, and you can no longer suffer a wound, right? So just be aware. You're still in grave danger, but you're mobile.
I'm just a person.
Just a person, exactly.
Bullets.
Yep.
Bullets
Not playing superheroes. You do have advantage on all rolls for 1d10 minutes, or we'll just call it 10. I don't feel like rolling because a 10 is a turn.
Okay.
So for the next turn, if you want to do something in the next turn, you get advantage on it.
Wait.
And have you taken any stim packs in the last 24 hours in game? Do you remember that?
I don't believe I've used any at all.
Okay, then you're fine.
I don't think so.
David's been snorting them up like a.
David likes those stim packs, but I just had the one.
That's the cool downside of stim packs is that you do have a risk of overdosing and having to make a death save if you've taken more than 24 hours. Okay, so Thulsa pops out of the NPC cloud with you guys in the elevator landing area on floor 6. And you're all together now. So Thulsa, despite being kind of hopped up, is still looking really, really rough, like bleeding, not bleeding mechanically, but multiple gunshot wounds that have been hastily bandaged over with Sharp's first aid kit, and is definitely coughing and stumbling around. The rest of you guys are not wounded, but the events of like the past couple hours have been shredded your mind, man. And we're just going to make it worse because we got to start off the episode with some Ben's checks. Let's do it.
Oh, baby.
Because you're all aboard the Deep.
One more thing before I start bending is her vac suit is shredded. It would have been shredded by that amount of damage that she took.
Yes.
So she would have gotten rid of that anyway. It's not doing her any good right now, but slowing her down anyway. Okay. So in that same intervening time, she would have shed that useless vac suit.
Okay. Then you have no armor on right now. Okay. All right. So Ben's, Matt, why don't you tell people to tell me stuff?
Okay. Let's go Ted first, and then Mike, and then I'll go last.
All right. Well, I have a Ben's of 1, and I do not roll a 1.
Very good.
Yet.
It can happen. We've seen it happen.
All right, Mike.
My Ben's is 23. Feeling frisky, and I rolled a 53.
All right. My Ben's is 35. And I roll a 43.
Okay. Everyone's safe from the Ben's. I think we're on kind of a streak with that recently. Won't last forever. And let's get a quick stress count from everybody.
Ted, Mike.
Yep. My stress is a 10.
Okay.
My stress is an 8.
And my stress is also a 10.
Okay. So Sharp is the only one still in the green. You guys are just on the other side of yellow, so that's fine. All right. So that puts us up to date. So yeah, you guys are, again, floor 6, elevator landing area. You have the elevator has been sent up most recently by Sharp. I think that's exactly where we left it. Right. And you have the corpse. You have not taken off all the steel wire off the corpse. I think I remember last time it was enough that you could recognize that it was Zebra and that her body was sort of crisscrossed with the slicing wires, right? Because all the wires are extremely sharp. Don't forget that, by the way. It's not just webbing, right? It's actually dangerous. But she's still pretty much coated with it. And you have this brand new shiny artifact, this nice little floppy disk. And
which actually I handed to David, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think David has it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one question I have, John, this cocoon, I'm assuming that it's human size,
Yeah.
right? It's not it's not like she was chewed up or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So with the this is a little gruesome, but you said that there's like an arm sticking out.
Yeah.
We don't really have time to like drag this whole thing out. I'm guessing I'm in pretty weak state, but how hard would it be to just yank on that arm to get that arm out? My intention here is I don't want to stay in this room. I think that, if shit's going to go down, it's going to go down right here. And I don't want to be right here when it does. So, but I don't want to lose this body part because we have that scanner now that can scan like dead body parts, dead bodies to find out if they were androids or not. Yeah. And I want to test it. So I can't take the whole body. I want to like try to just yoink an arm and see if the arm comes off.
How long does it take to
do it to the head, right?
Yeah.
Because we tested, I forget who we tested on a body that we found, but like it doesn't take long to do, right? It's like,
yeah, but I don't have it, and David has the scanner.
Yeah. Well,
wait, who has the scanner?
David does.
Oh, okay.
Come to that, we could get the body out. I could use the hand welder to just cut in cutting mode and just cut all the wires. Cook the meat a little bit, but everybody's hungry anyway, right?
So the arm, the body is whole. It's just been lacerated with deep lacerations, right? But none of it is like, it's like no part is about to come off. Okay. So you would have to cut a limb off, as gruesome as it sounds, like you're saying, like a hand welder would do it. You know that too, that unfortunately I do have to kind of hold to the rule that I made, which is, anything that's on an NPC is on the NPC. So unfortunately you can't use the CDS, the cybernetic diagnostic scanner, but you do, having seen it, knowing that it's yours, knowing that's in your possession, you would know that it doesn't take that much time. It takes like a turn to use, right? And that the state that this corpse is in, you don't need to take apart in order to identify, to use it correctly on the body. I understand that the reason that you're trying to get the arm is because you know that David is absent, that you just want to carry it with you, but until David reappears. But that's the deal. So
I didn't understand what you meant, John. Meaning we don't need to use it, is what you're saying, because of the state of the body?
I just realized when I was speaking out loud that the reason that you wanted to cut off the arm was so that you could save it for when David appears next.
Right.
In which case, yes, you would need to figure out a way to do that. It won't just pop off.
How much biomatter does the device need? Is it like stick it into a piece of flesh and kind of probe, or like you need a skin scraping or something, or what?
The basic description it has is like a corpse, like a body. So I'm going to say like a body. You know it when you see it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to give like percentages of body remaining, but it needs to be like a body.
Okay, well that's good. Then we don't have to be super gross. We can.
I'm not cutting it. Just like I don't want to just carry around a torso or anything. We're just going to leave this body here, I think.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So you guys sent the elevator up, right?
Yep.
Moments ago, the elevator's like,
yep.
So this thing's it's either going to like squish this thing or miss this thing if it's still there, right? We don't know for sure, but if it's there, it's either going to squish it or miss it. But if the thing's still there, it's going to come down soon, right?
Well, I mean, that depends. Like let's say it squishes it on the way up, the elevator's going to go to the top and stay there unless we summon it.
Right.
If it's not in the shaft and the thing avoids it entirely, it's only going to come down on its own if it knows how to use an elevator. So we could just not summon the elevator and go over to the Acklor and go see what we've learned about our bundle of wires.
Well, the Acklor's not on this floor. The Acklor's up.
Right.
No.
Yeah, the observation is up from here.
We needed to clear this elevator area to get access to it, Ted.
This is the lowest level. Yeah.
This is the level that has some other things we haven't looked at yet, but not the Acklor. Right.
And you just lost a huge chunk of the level. Don't forget. So
we don't know how much. Yeah, where it is.
Yeah. Remember the main thrusters destroyed. So this elevator takes you up to two places. You could go all the way back up to reception, or you could go back up to hell, which is where the Ackler and Acklor are. Yeah, and don't forget too that where you just came from, which is the loading dock, that also has a gigantic cargo elevator, which you goes up to receiving. You know, it goes up to receiving, although you have not been on it yet. So that's
that's definitely something that maybe we should consider. That may be a shortcut to get back. Although there are still those androids kind of around the in the loading dock.
So what is your goal though? Like, what do you guys want to do? Like, what's the ultimate goal here? To get back to the bell?
Well, I could definitely use a little bit of time away from here to heal up. Right.
I think the main thing for us is to clear a path to the bell. It feels like we are very cut off from everything right now. Unless we're willing to do like a walk along the side of the space station, which doesn't seem like a great idea.
Especially now that I don't have a vac suit.
Well, there's more by the dock, by the airlock.
Hopefully. Yeah.
My goal is to go to the Acklor and find out what we've got, because we got an artifact in the Ackler that for me feels like the priority, because we can't just leave it there. You know, we need to find out what it is. Maybe it does something awesome. Maybe it's the thing we've been looking for. I don't know. Yeah. Right. And maybe it's worth all the money we owe. Well, probably not, but
how about this, right? You set this thing in motion with the elevator already, right? Something is something's going to happen soon, or it's not going to happen. Right. We've snapped its webs. We know that draws it. Why don't we? You guys are Marines. You know, take your positions to shoot whatever comes out of that thing. I'm not a Marine. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get behind you in a room. I'll probably go into the break room, because I know there are a lot of exits out of there. But I say we give it a beat to see if the monster comes or not, and if it doesn't, we can call that elevator back down and try to go up to the Acklor. Right. I mean, I think the thing to remember if we do that is, remember, it was guarded by androids in those kind of bomber machine gun bubbles below that. So if Monarch is still mad at us, that might be a short trip. But for now, I mean, at least for the moment, I'm terrified of that thing's going to pop out while we're scratching our butts. So yep. I'm assuming that you guys send it up there because you either want to kill it or lure it down here and shoot it, right?
That was basically the thinking. Yep. Yeah.
So don't forget too that the last time you saw the hunter was about like 10 days ago, going up that shaft. It's been a long time.
It could be. It could be anywhere.
It could be anywhere.
Could be anywhere.
Now you have not seen, and your short journey from the loading dock to the elevator landing last session. The previous remnants of your encounter with the hunter were all still there: dried pseudo milk, broken webbing, blood, that sort of stuff, like Dixon's blood. But you had seen no other signs of passage in those few rooms that you had been to. I should also point out too that I don't think I mentioned this last session too, that the entire journey and where you are right now as well from the loading dock, there are emergency lights basically going around.
Oh, right.
Like cycling around, and there's no sound, no like accompanying alarm sound or anything like that, but there is every once in a while you hear like the release of pressure from pipes, like see like clouds of some sort of gas emitted, you know, like that obviously something is wrong every once in a while as well.
Okay.
You can, and very infrequently, but definitely there every once in a while, your heart leads up into your throat when you feel everything around you, the ground beneath your feet and everything shudder, just like like the whole station just sort of like, you know, groans for a second, you know, every once in a while.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely like the idea of getting back to the bell.
Let me propose this then.
Yeah.
So I'd forgotten it had been so long since we've actually seen the thing. So it either crushed it on its way up or it didn't. So we summon the elevator to come back down so we can take it up to hell. We position we hit the call button and move away from the door, position ourselves with some cover. If it climbs out of the elevator, we light it up and hope for the best. If it doesn't, we get on the elevator and go up to hell, and we're ready to light it up if the door is open and it's waiting. There's really no other way up. So, which is bad space station design, if you ask me. There's only one elevator, but hey.
there is that other elevator. There's the elevator that's in the loading dock that goes up to that area outside receiving, right? So
it goes to places we've never been, and that is not a good way to get to the Ackler in a timely fashion. That's just new hazards we don't know anything about. At least here we have a floor plan. We know where we're going. We know where there's cover. We know where we can run and hide.
Okay, so let's take
my only addendum to that for Ted's thing, and I'll make one point, is there's a third option, and that's it attacks us while we're in the elevator car, and we're all just like chunky salsa at that point.
Down through the ceiling, you mean, or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And I mean,
then it's a horror game. All right. So
I don't know what to tell you for that plan, by the way. I have zero attachment. I will come back in the next session with a brand new dude and be totally fine. So let's go.
All right. So it's just been moments. Let's take up positions, right, and see if it works.
Yeah.
And after a minute, we'll give it a minute to work, and then we'll go push the button to call it down.
Out of curiosity, who has a backup character ready? All right, good.
We're good.
All hands raised.
We all raise your hands.
All right. Okay, so you're calling the elevator is what I'm hearing. Yep.
Yeah, and then I think the thing to do is back up to the door between the elevator landing and the break room, because that gives us the most places to run away from there, and use the door jam as cover.
Okay. All right. So you guys have your guns out?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And Thulsa is behind everyone deep in the big break room, I assume, hiding behind the cigarette machine.
Yeah, I'm going to be, that sounds good. I'll take cover behind one of those machines. It's great.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you call the elevator. It moans into, you could hear it like kick into gear. And you wait with trepidation. And it ding. And it opens up. And there's nothing in there.
Ooh.
There is shreds of steel webbing. It's still it's not very dangerous, but you have to be very careful where you're, if you step in, where you're going to place yourself, because there's a bunch of dangling steel wire.
Right. I will.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, John.
Just that in the corner there is a rather disturbing patch of steel webbing that is coated with red blood, which is zebras. After I believe it was David shot his harpoon gun into her.
Yeah. So I'll approach the elevator, and I want to look up at the ceiling. Is there like an open hatch or claws up there waiting to jump down or anything like that?
There's an open hatch, but there's no claws.
Is it possible to close the hatch?
It sure is. Would you like to?
Reach your hand up. Close it.
Do I need to climb up on somebody to get up there? Is it that high?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can I go flip on the light on my shotgun real quick, and I'm gonna go stick it up through the hole and see if I see anything.
Yeah. So you do. Obviously, it's a very narrow beam, and it looks rather spooky as it illuminates just what you think, like an elevator shaft. Now where you are shining it, you are seeing that there is steel wires. Not coating the entire elevator shaft, but they are like dangling. They are sort of swaying whatever ventilation there is in the shaft a little bit, which is kind of unnerving. You can easily tell that they are not part of like the elevator mechanism, the elevator cables themselves, right?
Right.
Yeah, but obviously, like the travel up and down now of this elevator has, it's shorn any cables that had been up and down there, right?
The steel cables, the hunter
strung like this would be cut. Anything that was just hanging would just be touched.
Like I said, the elevator called. I mean, it's functioning. It's working. It just, but it's obviously not working quite as well as it used to due to other factors, right? That may not be hunter related.
All right, Mike, if you'll hoist me up, I'll grab that hatch and close it.
Well, can I just flip it shut with the end of my shotgun?
Assuming you're on someone's shoulders, yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Doesn't
Mount
matter.
up.
Fine.
Okay.
Chicken fight.
Okay.
It's no big deal.
Okay. We close it.
Yep.
Let's go to hell.
I'm ready for it. I'm in my my tank top and flip flops.
Okay. So there's two
nothing
buttons. It's one says Human Emulation Labs. The other one says Reception and Habitation. You hit Human Emulation Labs, and up you go. It shakes a little bit.
I want to be ready when the doors open to light up a target.
Sure thing.
And I want to make sure that I'm to the side of the elevator door, John. So I'm not. If it opens up, I don't want to be directly in.
Right.
I want to take cover behind the side.
Absolutely. Yep. And up you go. Let's see. A turn goes by, and you know how we do. Don't worry about it. It's just a thing.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
It's just a thing.
You're just in a box. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Ding.
Left. Okay.
It opens up. First thing we see is Hubble's gun doing a sweep of the room. Doesn't seem to be any danger here, though. You open it up into the lobby of hell, which is grime covered. It used to be like a break area, basically. And you remember there's the two simulation suites that lead off of here, and then there is a bulkhead door that leads to, which is labeled, which you have not been to, which is labeled actually Human Emulation Labs. And then there is a door that leads to a brief corridor before it. There's another bulkhead door that leads into the Aclor.
John, the most important thing: do we see the security androids hanging from the ceiling in those half-round?
Oh yeah,
hemispheres?
I forgot. Yeah, that's a thing. Absolutely. Yes. So they are.
I don't want to remind you that they aren't there.
Yeah.
That was in the lobby.
It was in the lobby, yeah. There was actually a bright red thing that I should have noticed. But yes, they are still there. Now, they are... what happens whenever you haven't stepped out of the elevator.
Right.
If I remember correctly, the last time I described it, they were aware of your presence, but they didn't make any movement or anything like that. They basically they moved in order to follow you, to track you, basically.
Yeah, they can look at us.
Yeah, when you open the door this time, you hear an audible, multiple ratcheting of guns, like and you look up because you know where they're going to be, and they all have are in like a combat ready mode. They basically have the guns up and they're like trained on you, like looking down at the elevator.
Now, that's John had heavily telegraphed before that. He's like, "Are you going out there with your guns raised?" And we were like, "No, we're going to shoulder them and put them on slings or whatever and keep our hands away from them." But didn't those troubleshooters like waste that dude that was in here? Like, I mean, that seems like that was pretty violent to do right in front of these dudes.
That was before everything blew up. Number one, and Monarch's on high alert. Also, as John, and I think we would notice this difference, like the difference between now and then that we would notice is the first time they looked at us, but they didn't lock and load and point their guns at us.
That's correct, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so this time they're pointing their guns at the elevator door.
Yes. And remember that these guys have no face, they have no mouth or eyes or anything like that. So they're always silent whenever they do.
Yeah, no, like angry eyebrows.
Right.
So I'll tell you what I'll do. I will safety my weapon. Both my weapons. I will hang them on their slings out of my hands. I haven't exited the elevator yet. I'll put my hands out, in front of me like this, open out into the room while I'm still in the elevator. Any observable change?
No observable change.
I will take 1 foot and step into the room. Hands still out like this.
I'm going to have my guns down too, John, just so I'm not screwing it up for Ted.
Right, gotcha. Yeah. All right. How about you take one step in, hands raised, looking at them. The only change you see is that there's just slight movement in order to keep the barrels focused on you, but no violent movement or action.
Hands held high and empty. I'll take a second step in. I'm fully in the room.
Okay. Nothing happens.
All right. I'll just put them on top of my head like that, and I'm going to point towards the Aclor door, and I'm going to walk slowly towards that.
Okay, nothing happens.
All right.
They're following you, right? But
yep. I will go all the way to that door and that bulkhead and open it.
Okay, cool. Just be aware that there's enough androids here that they can track all of you guys if you're all moving into the room to follow Hubble, and they're able to take the time to aim. So if you give them a reason to shoot, there will be no roll to hit you. They just will hit you. Okay?
That seems both fair and horribly unfair.
Yes, exactly. So they're
Schrodinger's death bots.
Yes. So there's it's a relatively nondescript door, right? Because it leads to a corridor first, but it does give you an indication that the artifact comprehension lab observation room is beyond. Move through.
All right.
I do, and then I'll wait for the guys.
Yeah, when he goes through that door, I do not want to be in that elevator alone. So, holding my insides inside with one hand, the other hand obviously open and clear.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm just like T-shirt. I'm going to walk out slowly and start following him with my hands open and empty.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. When you get to the door, I should say, the door before you enter the corridor, it's not that noticeable, but you do notice that on that door there does appear to be a slight, not too noticeable, bloody handprint on the door.
The Aclor door?
Not the Aclor door, the door that leads to the corridor that leads to the Aclor, if you know what I mean.
Right. Okay, that bulkhead there, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then you move through that into the small corridor, and there you see that the metal grating floor that you're basically passing along to get to and you can see the Aclor bulkhead door ahead of you. There is multiple spots of blood on the walls, on the piping, and on the floor itself. And then when you get to the bulkhead door itself, there's definitely more blood. Not like coated or anything like that, but definitely looks like there was a scuffle or something sprayed blood on here or something like that.
Not like steel wires and razor cuts, but probably from what we know that they killed the guy that was in here.
It's impossible to tell. Yeah. There's just
right, but there's no steel cables, right? There's no
steel cables. That's true.
There's no razor slices.
That's correct. Yeah.
We're looking at blood. Like, it's not like the shining blood everywhere coating the walls. It's like what, we would look at it and think evidence of ordinary physical violence here.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
What's your point?
What?
What's your point?
Anticipating what to expect on the other side.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
The best way to do that is to open the door.
A detailed question, John. So there was a bloody handprint on the bulkhead door that leads to the corridor that goes to the Aclor, right? And you said that there's blood on the walkway going inside.
Yeah, that's just a normal door, by the way. Now you're at the bulkhead door that leads to the Aclor.
Okay. Is there also blood on the inside of that door? Because we know that they shot Caius, so Caius could have bled on this walkway.
There is blood there too. Yeah, there's basically blood all over this little corridor. Again, not soaked everywhere like Ted was saying. It's not like The Shining, but there's definitely evidence of blood here everywhere.
Is there a blood trail on the outside of that door leading somewhere else in this corridor, like towards the elevator, or is the last place the first place we see the blood is a handprint on the door?
That's the first place. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Cause I'm curious if Caius somehow managed to survive getting shot and he made it that far, is there any indication that he went somewhere? Mm-hmm. Right. And I guess not.
Not that you see.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I would follow Hubble into that corridor.
All right. So you're at the bulkhead door.
All right.
What do you do?
At this point, I will get my weapon out. And is it possible for me to be ready and have Thulsa open the door? I can light up what's in there immediately because my weapon's ready. Or is there room in the corridor for Thulsa to do that? That's what I mean.
Yeah, you could do
I'll
that.
crouch next to him with my shotgun up.
Yeah, because I would
You
like
do
to stay off to the side as much as possible, like open it.
Yeah, there's
So
your only cover, Thulsa, is basically your two Marines in front of you. But you can all array yourself so that you have an aim into the room.
okay,
All right.
yeah, because I would definitely. I don't mind opening the door, but I want to be behind my meat boys.
Right. Okay, so Hubble, you're
That's
opening it
very
up.
sensible. Okay, we'll open it up.
Okay, you open it up, guns raised, and it opens up into the Artifact Comprehension Lab, which is not a industrial scale room. It's smaller, right? However,
Right.
the human scale room that you're in is, as you probably remember, filled with banks of screens, full spectrum analysis, basically going on all over the place. It's technical wizardry all over the place. The difference is that instead of a live person or android, as the case may be, sitting in there, you see that slumped over the chair, looks like actually not in the chair, but sort of slumped halfway over the back of it, appears to be Caius. Appears to be real blood that is dripping out of him from multiple bullet holes riddled through him. At his feet, there is a revolver that is slippery with blood as well. And the screens are just twinkling away. Still kind of working. There's like readouts. There's actually because it's cassette tech sort of era, right? There's actually a printout happening that is not being tended to, so it's like piling up like a CVS receipt. You know what I mean? It's just like.
Do we get $4 off our next purchase?
You want to take the time to look because no one ever does. So that's what's basically going on, and there's definitely like an irony smell in here of recently, of recent bloodshed.
So he fought. Good for him. He fought back. Sorry.
Yeah. There's boot prints of heavy combat boots of blood, right, in various areas.
Is there any evidence that whatever happened in here of the violence damaged any equipment, or are we looking at like sparking control panels or anything like that?
Really good question. Let's put it this way. The answer is no. But that actually tells you something in itself, in that how professional the troubleshooters can be when they want to be, right? Their aim is true, right? They went for the guy, and didn't manage to fire any stray bullets into the machinery.
Okay.
All right, I will grab Caius's body and haul it off the chair, and I will do this for Thulsa to sit down and do science things.
Slumps to the ground.
Oh, Caius, I'm very, very sorry about that. Whatever.
He's got that cool leather jacket too, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what, John? And to honor him, I would like to take off his cool leather jacket and put it on.
Okay.
Not to steal from the dead at all, but just to look.
Some people call it looting. Some people call it.
No. It's honoring him.
Aren't you already wearing the cool leather jacket from the teenager you murdered?
No, that's somebody else. There was a leather jacket, and I don't know who has that, but it's not me.
Yeah, actually, I think David does have that, but I will poke Thulsa through the many bullet holes in the jacket. I'll be like, "Hey, look at that! Oh, look at that! There's another one! Wow!
Over here! Yeah. Come on, please stop."
It's pretty gruesome, but yeah.
All right, John. I would like to utilize my my science spell and cast Look at Monitors. And
look at mine
and see what the hell's going
science
on.
Lady, you do science now,
right? So just from having the computer skill and just sort of looking at what's being produced on the monitors, you can easily tell after just maybe 2 minutes that the previous assignment that the Ackler had been given has been abandoned and aborted, and that was and you're able to see too, Thulsa. You give yourself like a little pat on the back. You're like, that's because of me. I like to break things.
Now I know better and feel bad about it.
Feel bad about it, yeah. So there's a lot of like you're looking at code, like scrolling up and stuff like that, like order commands that were given by the automated systems, and like there's a couple lines where you can see where the program was aborted due to outside interference or something like that, like unknown error occurred, right? Sample no longer found. That you get a lot of that basically of readouts, right? So, and then there's a break as everything sort of resets. This is all from the readouts that you're reading, and then it starts up again with new sample, right? And then there's a whole, like, there's readouts that have it's obviously done like a 3D scan, so like a couple of the monitors actually have like a 3D model of the ball of cables, right? Like constantly rotating in different axes. There's readouts that have attempted to determine like what kind of materials that it's made out of, that sort of stuff, right? And it's just, again, full spectrum analysis attempting to do it. It looks like it's, according to what you're looking at, it's doing unbelievably fast computation, like way beyond like what you've ever encountered with computers before. Like the kind of stuff that it's looking at and doing simultaneously is pretty mind-boggling to your skilled eye. And it's difficult to tell because, again, it's sort of beyond your ken a little bit. But you have a feeling that it's probably not going to take that long for it to fully identify and give what information that it has. Why don't you make a computer's, if you want to know this, if you want a firm time.
Yes, I do.
I'm going to have you make a computer, an intellect check modified by computers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. As I've got, my intellect is 37 and I've got a +10 from computers.
Now you don't have to roll it because remember, failure will give you a stress. So you don't have to know this if you don't want to.
Oh, hell yeah. I want to roll it. That's what stress is for, man.
Okay.
Got to be in it to win it.
Do it.
And so I'm rolling, trying to roll under a 47.
Okay.
It's funny that the dead body that he's looting doesn't stress him in the least, but not being able to read
I was thinking about
properly
making you do a stress thing for that, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, but you know what? I think the stress of the body, seeing the body, is somewhat reduced by the cool leather jacket.
Yes, exactly.
Sure, yeah.
Well, the question is, did you make the roll or not?
I did. I rolled a 40, John.
Oh, okay, great, cool. Okay, so it will be ready in 3 turns, about a half hour.
Oh,
wow!
Yeah,
I say we wait. Okay.
I think that's an excellent idea.
We can look at the area through the cameras, right? Do we see any activity in there that's not just the machine going around?
No, but you do see the normal flurry of activity of the Ackler, but nothing weird. Yeah.
And do we have a sense of, from what Thulsa's looking at here, of like how it's going to provide us with an answer? Is it going to be like printed out, or is it going to be on the screen? Your object is
it's going to be like a final printout or a final screen that's going to give you like a full summary of everything that it does.
He says right here, John is going to tell us something. I don't know who this John is.
I'm just going to tell you what the artifact does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was what I wanted to make sure we weren't just going to get like, because when I go do research in the lab, I get a bunch of data that I have to then spend hours interpreting. Right. And
yeah. No, I know what you mean. But the final result is going to be like a very clear, for layman's terms, this is what this thing does. Whether or not you can comprehend what that means is going to be a different story. We'll get to that if you survive the next 3 turns.
We'll get that in 3 turns.
3 turns is still some time to fuck your shit up. So
when you can actually spend time in here just relaxing, right? And try and de-stress.
Well,
you can do
one thing I'd like to do is I'd like to get maybe a little bit of early warning if anybody else starts to come into this hallway. So I'd like to take the chair that's in there, and I want to bring it down the causeway there, the little hallway, and I want to lean it against the door that's at the far end, like the regular door. Mm-hmm. So that if anybody opens that door, the chair's going to fall down and make some noise. So we'll be alerted that someone's coming into the hall.
Totally. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Not a problem. You do have to wait, where you get the chair from the break room?
Yeah. No, the chair that is in the Ackler.
Yeah, you could do that. That one's a little bit more tougher just because it's like one of those control sort of chairs. It's like bolted into the ground. You can do it, but it's just,
How about we just pile Caius's body in front of the door?
You can do that too.
That's gross, but
he's helping.
Either one of those things is heavy, and the skinny woman with 4 hit points or 7 hit points now tries to drag this thing, and her stitches start to tear open.
You look at the pretty pictures on the screen, and the Marines will haul the body over and prop it up against the outside door as an early warning system.
All right. Normally I would object, but I'm tired of bleeding all over the place. So thank you.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll use Caius's body as a warning.
Okay. Did you just a point of order? Did you close the normal door that led to the corridor that led to the door? Yeah.
Well, I think Mike followed up, so it's
Mike's
his
last. Yeah. So.
I mean, I didn't specifically say it, but when we approached the other door with our guns out, I assumed that we were hiding our view from like the death bots in the main room.
You can choose either one, so you can meditate.
Yeah,
if you want.
Let's have that door shut to the death bots.
Okay. All right. So you're going to are you going to attempt to de-stress here while you're waiting the 3 turns? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that first, and then I'm going to have something occur. So you're going to make a rest save. Remember, if you can explain it to me narratively, what you do to accompany your rest any sort of way, you engage in some sort of de-stressing activity, you can gain advantage on this. Otherwise, you are rolling your worst save to determine what you're going to be. How much stress you're going to use.
I'd like to crack open an MRE and make the little curry, chicken curry, and especially the pudding. I love the pudding and the self-heating coffee and everything. So I'm gonna have breakfast.
Have breakfast. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna field strip my shotgun, reloading the magazine and checking each round to make sure that they're still good, since I had found some, and then polish it. And I'm gonna carve some notches on there, some androids that I shot.
Hell yeah. All right.
Sure.
I buy it. Also, any activity?
Yeah, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to smoke one of my cigarettes, because that's good for bleeding wounds, and I'm also going to take out my trinket, which is a corroded android logic core, and on masking tape on it is the word Deleuze.
Deleuze, nice.
Sweet. Just smoke my cigarette and kind of like look at my android core.
Alas, poor Deleuze. Okay, cool. Love it. David will like that. Okay, so Matt, why don't you tell people to make rolls?
We'll go Ted, Mike, and then me.
Okay. My lowest save is 27. That's my sanity. How ironic.
Rolling at advantage.
And at advantage, no, 33 and 76.
Okay.
I guess pudding wasn't that good.
Nope. So you're going to gain 1 stress. You're now at 11.
Is that a critical fail?
You gained it. He with advantage, so you would have the better roll.
I'll take the one that is higher, but not a critical.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Sharp.
Okay. My lowest one is sanity at 25. First roll is a 56. And second roll is a 16.
Oh,
hey,
nice. Hey. Okay. So the 6, the ones digit, is what you're going to reduce your stress by, which is pretty great.
Nice.
So you're down to 2.
Sweet.
You're feeling great. Nothing like field stripping some weapons.
I can't go below 3 though, right?
Oh, correct. Yeah. Sorry. So you're at 3.
That's kind of sick, man. You like sit there and stroking your gun and putting notches in it. And like that's what makes me calm.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm feeling already like it, but this one is mine.
All right, and Thulsa, who is looking rough, is like, and sucks the cigarette down.
Contemplating my orb. Okay, yeah. So my worst fear is save is a fear save at 19, and since David is not here, I don't have to roll this at disadvantage. Advantage will be nice. Okay, first roll is a 55. I don't like that, but second roll, 22 is close, but no cigar. God damn.
Good. What do you have? A 20?
19.
19.
Yeah. 19. Oh, they're both criticals. One's a 55 and one's a 22.
You critically failed.
Oh, what does that mean? Panic check?
What does that mean? What do I do?
I have to figure it out. It's up to me.
Poop his jumpsuit?
Yeah.
Cry? I could weep. roll for weeping.
Let's see. I think what's going to happen is this will actually tie in really pretty nicely. We'll say like you're you're watching Hubble and Sharp sort of do their thing, and they're looking pretty good, and you're like just feeling really rough. Smoke down that cigarette. You're contemplating your logic core, and you're just not feeling any better. Like the cigarette just makes you nauseous, right? Looking at the logic core and Deleuze, you're like, I wish fucking David was here, then your heart leads into your stomach because you just can't calm down because you hear, all three of you hear, a horrible scream, a male scream that is abnormally high pitched, as if it's suffering great pain coming from it, muffled, but somewhere beyond the closed door that Sharp closed. Beyond the bulkhead, beyond the corridor, beyond the door that Sharp closed, somewhere over there, you hear a sharp scream that dwindles into a moan and then is cut off suddenly.
And Caius was definitely dead, right? Like there was no way.
Caius is still there. He's like right in front of you.
Yeah. Okay.
So Sharp and Hubble, I want you guys to both make fear saves. And Thulsa, what I'm going to say is I normally would have had you make a fear save, but because you have critically failed your de-stressing, I'm going to have you make a panic check.
Okay.
All right. What's the order, Matt?
Ted and then Mike.
Okay. Fear save. I have a 44 and I rolled a 26.
Okay.
Nice. I have a 38 and I rolled an 7.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Guys, Marines, cool as cucumbers. Just like,
that's right, baby.
Just another day in the deep.
All you hear is the round being chambered in my pulse rifle.
All right.
So,
Thulsa, you need to roll
a
D20. Yes.
And I'm aiming for under my stress?
No, you're attempting to roll greater than your current stress. If you hit your stress or under, you screwed up.
Okay. So my current stress is 11 because I failed that last thing. So I went back one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just rolled an 11, John.
Oh, okay. You hit it. All right. Does anything happen when a scientist fails panic? No. Okay. That's good. Okay. You gain the effect, the condition basically of suspicious for the next week.
Right.
Whenever someone joins the crew, even if they only left for a short period of time, you have to make a fear save or gain 1 stress. So you're just automatically, like, anyone who's like comes in contact with you guys is sus, basically. Is basically the way it works.
What happens if Ted and I take turns just running out of the room and running back in?
Where were you?
It just explodes.
I'm in, Mike. Let's do this.
Why'd you go to the bathroom? What were you doing in there? God's watching. All right.
Mustache. Who's that?
So we'll say that you hear this scream outside. Right at the tail end of all of your attempts to de-stress, right? Matt, you were, as I said, you were sort of watching the Marines do their thing, then you were just sort of like getting sicker from the cigarette, you toss the logic core aside, and then you freak out whenever you hear that scream, and you're just like, this can't be good. There's no way that, like, we've got, I'm just. Forgive me for sort of like playing your character, but I'm just kind of going through like what's going in your mind. You're basically trying to think to yourself, we have got to stick together and we can't let anybody else join us because it's always been bad news anytime we come into contact with someone who is not from the labor union. Right. So you just basically shut your mind off. Yeah.
It's paranoia. Everybody who leaves comes back is an android for sure.
Yeah. Or even if they're human, they want to do you harm, basically, is what your mindset is right now.
Okay, so fear save, anybody comes. Okay.
Yeah, now, Mike, Hubble and Sharp, you guys were already sort of watching Thulsa out of the side of your eye because what he did back in the Ackler, right, when he was breaking stuff. Yeah. And she's shown a bunch of weird behavior recently, like the memory lapses, everything, and you probably at that point now where your characters would probably refer to these effects as the bends, like that probably would have been your colloquialism. So you're already sort of pretty locked on to Thulsa as like she's getting fucked up by the bends, and as you guys were both cool as cucumbers in response to the scream that you just heard, your instinct is to look right over at Thulsa, and you see her like visibly shaking, right? Like not looking good.
This is not good.
Fuck. Okay.
Well, I think it will probably be easy to keep them willing to stay together so they can watch me.
That's probably true. Yeah, it's a side benefit. That brings us to our first break. So why don't we
Can
do
I
that
just
and
ask
see?
you a quick question before we go on break?
Yeah, sure.
Matt, what is your second character? What is your backup character?
My backup character is horrible. You would not want to be with my backup.
Okay. All right. I guess we're stuck, Ted.
I just before we go, I just want to introduce you guys to the concept of fragging, just in case.
Fragging, verb, and noun.
Just in case you need it to be done.
Yeah.
Keep that in the back pocket. All right. We will be right back. All right, we back. Bladders empty, beers full. All right, the sound of that pitiful scream dies away slowly. Thulsa's looking jittery. Hubble and Sharp are looking cool as cucumbers.
That's right.
What do you do? And Caius is not looking good at all.
Well, he's a quitter.
Well, first of all, now that you bring it up, John, is there anything in the pockets of his jacket? Like, did he have anything on him? We had time to search his body.
Let's see. I don't think he did. Let me see here. Caius, what do you got on you?
You used to have this really nice painting.
So the leather jacket was definitely the big one. He also has, because he's your cool uncle, he has vintage, but obviously very expensive jeans on as well.
I'm not taking his pants.
Yeah. Spattered with blood.
Not really anything else like first aid kits or MREs or magazines.
No, nothing useful. Sorry. Yeah.
How much ammunition for that pistol?
So you take a look at the pistol. The pistol was obviously his. His hand, which is nearby, was bloody, and the grip is bloody as well. And you can see that the chamber is empty.
Popped off some rounds.
Hubble, you can obviously tell because you're an expert that it was recently fired.
Okay.
It looks like he didn't go without a fight.
Is it just a standard issue revolver, or is it like
pretty much? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And no more ammunition in his pockets or anything?
No. If he did have some, it was taken by the troubleshooters.
Okay. All right. So I think
Are you guys going to check out the screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my visor down, draw my sword and shield, and move forward towards the door out the bulkhead. Stop at the bulkhead and look into the corridor.
Well, I should say, just so you have a little bit of a dilemma here, Hubble, is that right around the same time that you heard that screen, as you were sort of intimating off screen while we were taking our break, Hubble, you do hear the pleasant dinging sound of a finished readout from the Acklor.
All the more reason to guard the bulkhead door while Thulsa, Sharp slaps some sense back into Thulsa and points Thulsa at the computer and says, "You read now, science person, you do." And
all right. I don't need anything like that. Okay, I'm a little freaked out by the screaming and the bleeding and all of the things. But listen, I take some comfort in doing my work. If you guys could just stay here for a moment, it sounds like our information is ready. Then maybe we can all go together. I think it's important to stay together.
No question. I don't plan on leaving the room. I'm at the bulkhead door. I want to open it and, gun at the ready, look down the corridor. So if something's coming at us, I'll have a chance to waste it before it gets here.
This is acceptable. This is acceptable. I check out the monitors, John.
Okay. So Thulsa, you check out the monitors blearily. At the same time that Hubble opens at the bulkhead door and points down the corridor. At the moment that you open up that door, Hubble, and Sharp probably does something similar where you both train your guns down the corridor. At this precise moment that you open the door, the whole station goes shudders again, and it causes your aim to sort of go off for a second, and you can't tell because you're a little bit nervous if it's the shaking of the station or if it's something else, but the smaller door at the end of the corridor, you see it move somehow, like it jostles it in its jam, but you're not sure if that's the station or something else.
Right.
At the same time, Thulsa, you're looking at the readouts. Just like I said, you're getting like a printout, and you're also getting a screen, basically like a nondescript screen, just one of the many that actually has like the relevant info at the end. The screens that are showing you what's going on in the Acklor, in the Ackler, all the machines have stopped. Relatively, like there's still some movement and stuff like that, but that furious amount of activity and scanning and all is all basically done. There is one arm that is grasping gently the ball in its hand, and it's basically, and all the lights are now focused directly on it, so it's sort of like presenting it like a show. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. Yeah, like everything else sort of dims, like the lighting dims dramatically in the Ackler. Remember, it's a huge industrial scale room, right? And there's just like this one beam of light that's like right down on like the artifact, you know. And you're looking at the readout, you're looking up at the screen, and you're like, yep. And it is there's no name for it, right? It can't give it a name. It just is like, this is what this thing does. What it is again, what you thought it was originally, a palm-sized ball of cables with multiple inputs and outputs is always sort of what you know. And it confirms that all of those inputs and outputs are functional. There are enough there that it will, it can connect to any device, electronic device. And any device can connect to it as well. Enough inputs, enough outputs, right? And any device that is connected to, electronic device, basically, right? It will double the computational power of any connected device. Yeah. So it depends on what the device is connected to, but it will double the power of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like extra RAM. You know,
We stuff it up inside of David and see what happens.
It gives you the readout that all of the materials that were used to build it are readily available. Like there's no like alien, elements or anything like that, right? But the human knowledge required to actually build a device like this is impossible. Humans have not achieved this level of tech yet. So really, really beyond, no way that you could make it yourself, but you understand how it can be used. No problem at all. And then it also gives you, nicely enough, a projected value on today's markets, what it would most likely be worth. It does it in a sort of divorced way where it's not sort of taking into account like black market versus the regular free market, all that sort of stuff. But in general, it's kind of assessed like what the general economic situation is right now on the rim, and it gives you a general value of 2 million credits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Greed is good. I think we should go back to the Ackler and get it.
John, the machines in the Ackler are gently cupping the ball.
You could say that, yes.
Please don't. I'm glad you could, but just don't.
I'm still 12.
Yes. That is an accurate description of what's going on in the Ackler right now. Oh,
sorry, I tuned out right after you said that it was gently cupping the ball. I don't know what else.
Yeah, no idea what that artifact does. Thulsa, strangely enough, and a little bit disconcerting, although you're not, it's only you that's sort of experiencing this, is that you have no memory of putting that artifact in the Ackler.
Yeah, there's some kind of weird ball.
Yeah.
Who doesn't remember it?
You remember having the ball, like the crew having the ball, but you don't remember at all putting the ball in the Ackler. Like what you remember is that the last thing you remember is like taking a look at that painting and going, "That's a really nice painting," and then there's like a gap.
So you don't even know how you got shot.
He remembers getting shot. He remembers all that sort of stuff. He just the one specific incident of dropping the ball off in the queue. Blank hole in your memory.
I think he was patching his guts back into his body cavity. Or
it wasn't a head wound, but like wow, they have a ball just like the one we have. It's pretty cool.
Well,
So do
we
we-
should go get this one, and then we'll have two.
We'll have 4 billion credits.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. What do you guys think? I think you tear off the readout, put it in your pocket, and the only sensible thing to do is go listen at the door.
Yeah, we need to get out of here. I would like to go back to the bell, please. And if we all go together, we can make it back up to the reception. We can call Arcady and have him come pick us up as soon as possible.
We got to go down to the Ackler and get that ball. That's worth 2 million credits.
How are we going to get there? Tell me how we're going to get there.
We just came from there. We just go back the same way.
Do you remember what is going on out there with the laser things and the people shooting and there are androids everywhere? Come on. Okay,
we go up to fine. We go up to reception. We have we ask for not Arcady. What's the other guy?
Ghost Eater?
Steve.
Ghost Eater, yeah.
Yeah.
He comes and gets us. We ask him to come over and get us because he knows where the Ackler door is.
That's fine. As long as we get out there. I mean, he may not even be willing to come with all the crazy stuff going on. I don't know.
We got to go back for the money, dude, because if we can get that 2 million credits, then we only owe 97,999,950 credits.
Oh yes, yeah, we're almost there, sure. But no, I mean, I think at the very least we need to get out of here. It's really bad, and
think of all the therapy you can get for that 2 million credits.
It's not enough.
Okay,
not enough. But yeah, I want to get the hell off of this thing. I want to try to get to safety. I look and still most of what was inside of me is outside of me now, and I feel horrible. So
2 million credits.
So let's go. Let's go get the money. Every time you guys try to convince me not to go after the money, I regret it. I regret it deeply, and I regret it for a long time. So go get the money.
I'd say we leave the 1,000 gold solidi in the secret compartment and not take it right this minute.
Now we do have to worry about whatever is jaggling that door over there. Obviously, is making people scream.
So I want to go up to that door, John. Once Thulsa's ready to leave, we've got all the data and stuff. Actually, I had one other idea. Is there any sort of command that we can give to the Ackler to
secure?
Okay, you're done with that. Can you lock it up in pod 1 or whatever?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yep. You can do that.
Do that, and then let's go to the door that's been shaking, and Caius's body's still slumped against it. But I want to come up and listen at the door, like an elven thief of old.
Oh, is that where you put Kaiser's body? Was at the smaller door at the end of the corridor?
Yeah,
he was our noise.
I thought he was in the room with you.
No, that was the point to get him out of the room.
Gotcha. Okay.
I want to stay in the Ackler, John, and just kind of watch down the hallway till I can keep an eye on these guys. Well,
yeah.
Okay. So Hubble, when you put your ear to that door, you can hear a clacking sound. Of like multiple feet of like metal feet.
Yeah.
Oh, the beastie.
That's your friend,
buddy. Yeah. But what happens, man? Do you think if it tries to do violence in the room, will the death bots like go after it, or will it just be like, no, you're good, we know you?
I think it's probably the second one. All right, I'm going to back away from the door. Back to the bulkhead. We're kind of trapped.
Let's just keep the door cracked and see if it comes out.
Well, what I'm thinking is it might go away. That's great. If it decides to come through the first door and we're at the bulkhead, John, what's the distance of the corridor between the two? Like a full range distance? So we get one round of gunfire before it can do anything, right? Like if it came through that door and we're all the way at the bulkhead, we'd get a full round.
You asking me? Yes.
Yeah. That's okay. So that helps. I'm also wondering if we could maybe weld the bulkhead door in such a way that like we can shoot through a gap and it can't get through us? Like maybe we open the bulkhead. Like how do the bulkheads open? Are they like big swing doors? Are they sliding Star Trek doors?
I picture them as like big, like vault doors. So like on heavy hinges, very thick, like, 8 inches thick sort of thing.
Right.
I mean, it sounds like, Ted, like you want to cut a hole in the door that you can shoot through.
Well, what I was imagining was like let's say it's a sliding door, right? And then you just open it that far and weld it so it can't be opened or closed, and you can just shoot through the gap.
So
you
you
don't
live in
have
there forever.
You've got a swing open door. Well, I've got the welder. I can undo the weld. You just,
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think that's gonna work for you. What you do here as you sort of back away from the door, Hubble, and all of you guys would hear this, is you hear without your ear to the door. I guess what you would hear is you would hear a lot of gunfire, a lot of automatic gunfire coming from definitely right beyond the door. And it seems to be spraying wildly. You don't hear any accompanying screams or anything like that, but you just hear like, really, really loud for an extended amount of time.
Crack that door open just a little bit.
What, Mike?
I want to crack the door open a little bit and see if the death bots are engaging the hunter.
It must be, yeah.
It's only for the explanation.
You really want to see it, or do you want to?
I want to see what happens, dude.
Okay, all right. I'll back you up. Fine. I'll be right behind you. Weapon at the ready.
Sharp, you open up the door just a little bit. As you do, make a fear save.
Yes. 38 is my fear save. Oh, I rolled a 29.
Oh, nice. All right, still cool. You open it up just a little bit with your hand, with your gun kind of pointed through there. The reason that you made the fear save is because in the split second, right after you open the door, there is a whole bunch of steel wiring goes and like whips into that gap, right, and attaches itself to the side of the bulkhead, right? Just and you have to like pull back like really quick before your face is like slashed by the steel wiring. And then you hear as you open the door and the sound is allowed to is the gunfire everywhere, and you pull back, but you can see through that crack in the door. You see the shape of the hunter, right, like the multi-legged, weird phalanges and all that sort of stuff. Proboscis, needle nose, whip by and is attempting to dodge the gunfire, which is coming from the ceiling, right. And it's basically hurling itself around the room, and pieces of it are flying off because it's being hit by gunfire, and it's scrabbling to try to find some sort of exit. And it found you. It found the door that you just opened up a little bit.
Oh, great.
So it's basically like loosing out steel wiring as fast as it possibly can. It's shooting up steel wiring from its bloated abdomen up towards the security domes, and it's trying to coat them as quickly as possible as it can, so that it's blocking line of sight for the androids. And so it's sort of distracted by that right now, but it senses that it's found an egress because it's attached to its steel wiring, and it's like a split second. It's going to turn around and see that open door.
Okay, I'm going to shut the door.
Okay,
you're going to have to cut that wire or something.
You will. If you shut the door, it will cut the wire. I'm
going to shoot the wire, and Ted's going to shut the door.
Or you shut the door. I can whip out my hand welder and start using that to cut wire.
I have a shotgun, dude. It should probably obliterate anything at close range.
It likely will, yeah.
Okay, fine. All right. So I'm like, you dumbass, and I'll just lean on the door.
Okay. All right. Why don't we? I was going to say roll for initiative, but that's another thing. So yeah, I'll give it to you. So here, you have the presence of mind so you blam blows up, wiring goes flying everywhere. It immediately sends the waves to the hunter, right? So the hunter is definitely now locked on, but you shut the door and slam the door. It is a normal door, not a bulkhead door.
Yeah.
Okay. And then a split second later, you can see the door definitely shudder as something heavy hits it. Boom. You could still hear the gunfire. And I have to do something in secret. Don't worry about it.
What secrets? I thought we were all friends here.
Just don't sweat it.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Thanks, man.
If there's any justice, that ghost in the machine that chased us out before is now mad at the hunter guy.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like, except that I'm sure that the ghost in the machine built the hunter.
Okay. Pals. Oh, hey, Fred. How's it going?
Yeah. I'm curious what would happen if we attach this new artifact to Monarch.
Sure, Monarch would love that.
I'm sure Monarch would, but I assume Monarch built it. This is a very weird place we're in.
Yeah, it's a good line of thought. Don't dismiss the abilities of artifacts, right? I know that you're basically seeing money signs, but they do shit too.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of thinking like on the Zhuangzi, this might be like our ticket out of here. You know, like look, this thing will double your computer power. Give us a ride, please. And just forget all the other things that happened. Okay, so if we've shut the door, there's a big thump against it. You did a roll. Okay. Hubble intends to start backing up to the bulkhead, weapon at the ready.
Okay.
How about you, Sharp? Still worried about cupping balls? Is that what's going on over there?
Still thinking about that.
I am very fascinated by that. I think I'm going to take a strategic retreat to the door behind us and be ready to blast anything that comes through and cover you as you retreat.
All right. I'm going to, there's not much, I imagine in the control room itself, but at least there's that chair, right? I'm going to turn the chair kind of over. So it's not on the wheels anymore, but I want to turn it over so I can take some shelter behind that. And, I hate this. The only thing she has, as a weapon, she does have, her own revolver.
Yep.
As an emergency kind of last resort. So she will take out her own revolver just in case the thing tears through everything else. She's got a chance.
Save one bullet for yourself, man.
Well, hopefully it'll be nice and full after he eats you guys.
Thanks. Okay. So everyone is hunkering down basically at the bulkhead, John.
Hopefully, it can't get through the door before those robots blast it into oblivion.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay. I'm going to make a random roll to determine what is going on behind the door.
Okay. I assume you have some... okay, great.
I have a metric. I just don't.
You have a metric. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. All right. So you guys just hunker down in defensive positions, ready to meet your doom. The door is banged against a couple of times. The gunfire basically almost never lets up. And eventually it does. You wait. Let's see. What would the sequence be? I think the gunfire would die, and then you shut the door behind you, so you can't really hear anything. But the banging against the door stops soon afterwards. All right, and then
after the gunfire stops.
Soon, right after the gunfire stops. Yeah, the banging stops. Okay. And then again, you guys aren't. You had the door shut and you're backed away, so like I'm just going by, like what you're hearing, right? And I think that's it. You just hear sound, you hear everything get quiet after a few seconds.
Ted, I love to do dumb shit. I'll go open that door.
All right, I'm right behind you.
All right, let's give it a beat, John. We're gonna give it like I don't know, like 10 minutes of just waiting. And saying maybe not 10 minutes, like, maybe like, I don't know, 2 or 3. And then I'm going to creep up silently to the door.
I'm right behind him.
To the crack again with my shotgun pointing through it.
Okay, so you do the same thing again. You just slowly open it up.
It worked great before.
Peekaboo!
I'm going to leave my hiding spot so I can keep an eye on these guys. I don't trust that they'll come back the same.
Okay. So, Sharp, when you open the door again, the room looks completely different. It's only been a matter of seconds, like less than a minute, right? But the room looks totally different. First of all, it's covered with steel wire, and not in a careful manner, right? It's just like spattered all over the place. Just and now it's extremely thick, glistening metal all across the ceiling. There is no visible remnants of what used to be the ceiling and the domes, the security androids, except for the slight bump outs of where those domes were, but they're completely covered with steel wire. Likely the reason why they stopped firing, right? The ground is a mishmash of very treacherous, difficult to navigate steel wire on the ground. It's not completely coated like the ceiling is, like a heavy, thick layer, but they're all over the place. We'd have to be really, really careful if you walked in. Riddled with bullet holes. So many bullet holes all over the place that it's likely that the ground itself may be unstable in places. And the scattered amidst that steel wiring is, you see that there is not scattered. I would say there's one scything blade arm which has been just basically sawed off with bullet fire, that is smoking on the ground in the midst of there, and it's like twitching, just the steel wiring on the ground is also they're slick with pseudo milk, so there's like a white, pale, creamy sort of color to the whole ground in general. And the elevator door is open, and the shaft top is open too. And there's pseudo milk in the cabin, and the coating like the shaft exit as well.
Got away.
It sounds like it.
So not only did it get away, but it completely disabled like all the bots in this room. So now we're like trapped.
Well, okay.
So Mike, Sharp, you can tell that you can navigate through the room. It probably will be a roll, right, to not get hurt or trip or something like that, but it is navigable. I'm not saying that you guys are stuck here,
No, but the point is that the death bots that were keeping it at bay are now like sound like they're completely like hosed.
Yeah, they look completely inoperable. Now, you don't know what the state of them are. They're just hidden behind solid mass of steel wiring.
I wonder if the better part of Valor, Ted, is to start using your cutting torch to try and like sever some of these wires.
Well, here's the thing, though. As soon as a wire is severed, that's the signal to the hunter to come back.
Sure.
Like that's what draws.
Or as soon as we go into that elevator, that's the signal for the hunter to drop down on our heads, right? So I'd rather fight it in this hallway than fight it like in an elevator.
Well, do we? Okay. An option, right, is remember we have I always forget how to pronounce it. Leica, right? We have my little Leica, whatever, my little robot. Mm-hmm. John, does it look like if I carefully like examine this room where all the webbing is, especially on the floor, could I navigate program a path for my little robot to go over and just press the elevator button to send it.
That's perfect use of Leica, yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So that way we don't have to do it. If the thing comes in, it'll come in and look around and it'll see the same thing that it left. But if we go out there and trip it up, then it's going to come out while we're in the webs.
Point of clarity. The elevator exterior doors are open. To an open shaft, is the elevator in there? It went into the elevator and then went up through the ceiling, or did
I may have misspoke because I was trying to remember it. So you guys just called the elevator, right, and just left the elevator. Yeah. You didn't send it anywhere, right?
Yeah. Unless someone else called it, it would still be there. But I just wanted to clarify.
Right. So yeah. Speaking of someone else, so
that weird voice,
Yeah.
There was a screen.
Let me think. Okay. I have to kind of picture the fallout in my own head. I'm sorry. Sorry, it's not like what do you call it? Seamless. Okay. Let me adjust this sort of. So the elevator is not there. The doors are open. and it is an open shaft. So erase what I said about the elevator cabin and like the shaft being open, the hatch being open. There's an open shaft. You can tell at a glance that the elevator is up beyond, right? The cabin is up. You can just tell that from just glancing into the
wires and stuff hanging below.
Exactly, yeah. However, on the lip, that if you took a step, you would fall down into the shaft, right? On the lip, right where you are, there is a smear of new blood that you definitely was not there just a short time ago when you exited the elevator. And that's like red blood. It is also it is mixing with pseudo milk, which is also new, which is much more prevalent in the whole room itself.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry about that, but it's good that you asked, Ted, because that made me think about actually probably.
Okay. Yeah. So Matt, proceed.
Okay. So are you guys down with this plan? Like we send Leica to call the elevator and we can hang back by the door, see what happens.
Yeah. No, I mean, the range between this door and the elevator shaft is short range, I guess.
Was it close? Close. Yeah.
Close range. Yeah. Close range. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that, John. I'm gonna program Leica to avoid the webs. 5 feet this way, turn 90 degrees, go this way, zigzag through the webbing that's on the floor, and reach up with its little claw hand and push the call button, the elevator.
Okay. So it starts to function. You can hear it start to come down again.
Okay. And I'd say that we stay behind this door.
Yeah.
Right?
You're ready to shut it. Me and Sharp are ready to shoot.
Yep. Okay. So after just like a minute or so, it dings and you see the cabin go, reach your level and opens up, and the I need everyone to make a fear save again. Sorry.
Yes.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
Matt.
Ted, Mike, me.
Okay. Ted has a 44 fear save and rolls a 28.
Okay.
Mike has a 38 fear save and rolls a 14.
Okay. Thulsa has a 19 fear save
and rolls a
52.
Okay. All right. So Thulsa, you're up at 11.
I go. No, I was at 11. I go up to 12 now.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. All right. Am I correct that Sharp, you're at 3 and Delphonse, you're at 11, right?
I'm at 3 streaks, correct.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Someday I'll reduce my stress somehow, but I've yet to figure out how to do it.
Well, you know how to do it. You just fail in the rolls. That's all. Okay. So the when the door opens, Thulsa, you let out unconscious. You just let out a little. Yeah. As Sharp and Hubble, both of you guys just shake your heads as you see the thing is like coated with blood. This is more like a shining thing, right? Like the walls, the floor, and everything is just like a massive arterial spray just all over the place. And there is a shredded human form sprawled in one corner, unrecognizable. You can't even tell gender. It is just in pieces. It's still one whole corpse, but it's just shredded.
Right. But like from the razor arms,
it sure looks that way. Yeah, it looks very similar to like what happened to Dixon. There's a few droplets. There's a few little spots of pseudo milk, but this one's much more red than white. And there's very little steel cabling in here. In fact, the cabling that you do see, you can't tell if it's new or if it's just the remnants of what was there when you found Zebra. But this is obviously like not Zebra. It's some sort of new form. Impossible to tell. It's just a bloody, pulpy mess.
That
is the elevator ride, guys.
Yeah, is there a name on the thing that says telegraph of danger?
Yeah, exactly. And just to add a little poetic moment to it, whenever the cabin aligns with the floor that you're on, like that blood stain that you saw on the lip, perfectly aligns with the blood stain it meets in the cabin.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. That makes me feel much better.
This thing is like really, really tough, man. It just like sustained like multiple rounds of just being opened up on by those things.
Good point, though, Sharp, to notice that the fact that the scythe arm is there is by far the most damage that you've seen done to this thing. Like it's sort of like Jesse Ventura and Predator, right? Like if it bleeds, we can. Is that? No, that's not Jesse Ventura. That was Mac.
If
right?
it bleeds, we can kill it.
I think it's Mac.
That was
if
Mac.
Bleed, we can kill it.
It's like that, right?
Jesse Ventura was, I ain't got time to bleed.
Ain't got time to bleed. Yeah. But yeah, like Mac, it looks like it can die, right? You've seen pseudo milk already. And you can see that parts can be blown off of it. It is not an invincible machine. It's very nasty because, correct, there was a lot of gunfire and that thing still managed to escape. But you've also never seen this high of a concentration of pseudo milk leaking from this thing either. So it may be mortally wounded because it's got it's like a lot of pseudo milk that's been sprayed at in this lobby area.
Well. I'm feeling good about it. I think we should get on the lift and go up to reception and call Arcady.
I have a suggestion. That's not bad, but I have a suggestion. How about, because let's use the little robot, right? I can go send the robot to the farthest corner of this room and have it like twing the steel cables like a guitar string. If the thing is still exactly, if the thing is still up and hunting, it's going to come down and go for that, which would leave a lot of time for you guys to like shoot. I think it's better to shoot the thing from in here and fight it here than fight it inside an elevator.
Like Thulsa, the proponent of violence. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Normally, I would.
You guys too. I don't want to end up like the guy that's shredded in the elevator. If
just accept that you're already dead. Just accept that you're already dead.
If I were the hunter, and I think we have to assume at least more than beast level intelligence, this is cunning, right? Pluck a string down in the spot where it just got shot all to hell.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it'll come. It'd be stupid to come down here. It ran away for a reason. If it felt that it had appropriately dealt with the androids on the ceiling and could stay and fight us and eat us, it would have done so. It's wounded. It doesn't like it down here. There's no way it's coming back so soon. It's only been 10 minutes at most.
Why don't we spend a turn you using your torch to basically free the androids from their like cover?
I'm a little concerned that they might pop off. Like first thing they see, they shoot. But I suppose we could try it. Is there a way to get up to the height of those, John?
Yeah. Get up.
There's tables in there.
Yeah, if you stood on shoulders, you could reach the bottom of one of the domes.
Yeah, and then
there's also tables.
Are there tables in there?
There's like a break room, right? There's like tables and chairs and vending machines and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, that's the next room over. That we could bring a table in.
No, that you're thinking of down in level 6, but here this is like it used to be like a break area, like a clinical break area. There are
pods on the ceiling. Who wants to take a break there?
Yeah, well, were the pods there when it was doing the function that it was nominally created for? But yeah, there are in this room. There's low bars with stools, the functional coffee machines, old stale snack packets, that sort of thing. So yeah, the point being is that you can get up to and access those domes. We do need to take our second break though, so let's find out what they decide to do in the wake of this disaster when we come back. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Bladders empty, beers full. So what are we doing with this elevator?
All right. So Mike, while you were away doing who knows what you do, we were talking a little bit. And no.
Take the chains off.
The look on Mike's face was awesome.
But you don't want to know.
Sorry.
I got lots of YouTube so lucky right now. So yeah, what we were talking about is like going up and cutting the webs off of the thing is going to be the same thing as like a twinging the guitar strings. It will either draw the thing or not draw the thing if it's too wounded to care, right? So and the disadvantage to that is you're out exposed, standing up on the table like this when the thing comes in. So I still propose again we use the guitar string method to see if it comes down. If it doesn't, that's great. We take the elevator up.
Okay, so
okay, I'm just going to say my one last counter argument to that is that even if we free one of those pods and it comes down here, we are restoring this area to being like a defensive position, right? Like they've done far more damage to it than we've done in our 2 encounters with it so far. But sure, let's ride the lightning, baby. Let's get in that elevator and have it drop on our heads. I love this. This is a great idea.
Well, that's my question is if you're going to twing with Leica, how long are you going to wait before you enter the elevator cabin?
I mean, we have a time frame based on how quickly it's reacted to, its webs being disturbed before, right?
Yeah.
So we would know if we'd hear something fairly immediately. We know about how long to wait. So the amount of time that it took before the last time we disturbed its webs and it came a running.
Right.
Wait about how long?
Well, I'll give you this actually. Now that I think about it, let's do a little retcon. When you go over to the shaft, you would hear what you would assume is the hunter. You can't see it, but you would hear it echoing down the shaft. Okay.
So we do hear something up above.
We would, is what he said.
Below.
No, you hear it down below.
Oh, we hear below. Okay.
Okay. So
the hunter went down rather than up.
Yeah. So
that's where its home is. Yeah.
It looks like it looks like what you're basically able to piece out is like while you were out of this room when you were back in the Aclor, that it was frantically trying to find some sort of egress to get away from the bullets, right? It found Sharp's door, your door. You guys shut it. It looked and it tried to get through. It couldn't figure out a way, so it was frantically looking for somewhere else. The elevator door opens. There's a person in there. It immediately goes into the elevator cabin because mostly it just wants to get away from the gunfire. Kills who's ever in there, right? And then somehow the elevator gets called or gets called back up. And this new information I'm giving you is that somehow it goes down. It doesn't ride the elevator up. It actually escapes the elevator and goes down into the shaft. And then you guys can hear way down there because remember you had to go from floor 6 all the way up to floor 4, which is where you're at right now. And remember how big the deep is, right? So you're hearing that sound like echoing like way down and slowly disappearing until you hear silence, right?
Why don't we just go down and hunt it down then?
But you know how fast that thing can move too. So you're still basically with the same conundrum is that Hubble is surmising that because of the fact that it doesn't like this area, that it will not come back even if its strings are twanged. But if it does decide that it's going to respond anyways, it is likely that it will be able to respond fairly quickly. It can move quickly.
Okay. So, point of order, I'm a little confused. How did we hear it in the shaft if we're back at the door?
He said when we approached. When we approached.
I retconned it. Like when you went to the lip, you could hear it.
Yeah,
earlier.
So we would have navigated over there to listen.
Right.
I didn't think we'd ever left where we were. I thought we were just observing the room and trying to decide.
I will actually just to get that information, Ted. I'm willing to go to the shaft.
Okay.
And get that information.
Okay, fine. All right. So what we're looking at now then is we could pluck the wire and it could arrive very quickly or not at all.
Yeah. And with this information that it definitely went down below, that's great news because there's the floor of the elevator between us and it. Like it would, right?
Better than the ceiling, but of course, if it starts cutting cables and things into there, we could be in a bad place. But I think it's worth the risk.
Yeah, I'm more willing. If it retreated that far down, mortally wounded, I think it's going to be less interested in climbing back up to chase the bottom of and try to claw through the bottom of an elevator.
So are you proposing we don't do the wire thing?
Yeah, I'm proposing with this new information. I think we skip the wire thing.
Get on the elevator, get up to reception,
and go up to reception.
Great. Let's do it.
Are you taking? Are you going to take the scythe arm as a souvenir?
Sure.
How big is it, John?
It's pretty big. Well, just a little bit bigger than like a human arm, I would say.
Oh yeah, let's take it.
Is it an artifact?
It is not.
Which one of you is going to take it?
I'll take it.
Okay.
I mean, unless you're dying to take it, Ted.
No, I'm just imagining you with a pump action shotgun in one hand and a scythe arm in the other.
Oh no, I'm gonna put it in my rucksack.
Well, Sharp, you're a jury rigger, right?
I am.
It looks like it could be, with time and expertise, could be dismantled into component parts, right? And you could actually attach it as like a bayonet to your shotgun, or you could do. There's definitely like a usable blade, and it's really wicked looking. But just takes. It can't be used immediately. We have to take some time, but yeah.
I'm thinking we rip off Sharp's left arm.
Could I replace one of my hands with it?
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Wow, it's sharp.
It's sharp. I mean,
it's right there in the name. Sharp.
Oh,
you gotta do it.
More machine now.
I'll cut off your hand for you, man. That's cool.
Okay. So are we going up or are we going down to chase it? Go down to chase it or go up?
No, I say up.
We know what you do, Mr. Coward Pants. That's fine. That's what
I vote for. I'm a scientist in her underwear.
I'm bleeding. All right. What about you, fellow Marine?
Well, if you need a tie-breaking vote, I'm happy to be it. Convince me to hunt it, Mike.
We may never get another chance to kill it, because if it eats enough blood, it might be like regenerating or something like that.
Yeah, healing. Presumably, it can heal. It is an android thing, though.
But it wants that blood for a reason, man. It's not just getting it for funsies.
It's part mosquito. It's just for babies. Do. Come on, Ted.
Oh, man.
There's safety up, and murder down. You want safety?
I've just been through a bunch of Dolmenwood characters. I'm feeling a little tender.
Editor's note: please see previous episode of Dolmenwood.
Yeah. Join our Patreon and find out why Ted has the panic attack here. Come on, Mike. You give me one more thing to convince me. You're not wrong about hunting it. Now's a good time, probably, but how's that going to work? How are we going to succeed? We're
gonna chase it down by its pseudo milk pathway and find it blubbering in the corner, and we're just gonna say something cool and then open up on it.
And I'm sure this is Thulsa talking. I'm sure that it is not going to take any of its remaining giant murderous scythe arms and slice the closest one of you that comes to it. I'm pretty sure that will not happen.
I mean,
it'll definitely kill one of you. I'm hiding the fuck away from that thing. I'm not getting anywhere close. I can't hurt it. I will wish it well. Goodbye. If you want to kill it, I'm going to be waiting in the elevator for you while you do this.
Throw Thulsa at it, and while it's busy carving her up.
That's a classic methodology. I was going to say, you have a close range weapon with your shotgun. So
40-10, dude.
You go first. I'm right behind you. All right, you convinced me. Let's go do this. Let's go get him.
You guys are trying to murder me. What the hell are you doing? And you guys were worrying about killing me. What? For your own well-being.
This is our complicated plan.
Does Thulsa get an argument too, Ted?
He gave his argument. Okay. It was you voted. He voted. I know why we should run away.
Thulsa's the caller, so I call it a mutiny. Is what I'm saying.
No. You know what? I called for a vote. It's 2-1 in favor of us all dying. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, so we're going back down. Yes.
Yep. If we're going to do that, we might as well try the webs to come back up here, and we have a better.
Sure. Yeah,
we can do that too.
Okay. Let's
we'll retreat to the door where we'd been hiding before. Have Leica twig the wire, and if it comes back in a few rounds, great. We fight it.
Send the elevator down the shaft. Maybe it'll squash it.
We could try that too.
Do you do both of those things?
Well, let's do the wire first.
Okay, you do the wire. And
wait, do the wire, and then as soon as
we hear the sound, then send it down.
Well, except that we can't. Okay, we'd have to summon the elevator to us, do the wire, then hit level 6 and then retreat.
Level below. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
go down.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Okay, so you send Leica over and twing it, and you wait a turn, we'll say. And you wait in silence. Dreadful silence.
All right.
Tense silence, but nothing happens.
All right. So bring the elevator. So we don't send the elevator down until we wouldn't have sent the elevator down until we heard it. We didn't hear it. So the elevator's right there. Great. We get on the elevator and go down.
Okay. So ding. And now it's a gruesome ride, right? And it is not a short one, right? You have to go down there, and it's just very deeply unpleasant. When you step off into the elevator landing, once again, down on level 6, you're squelching as you step out into the landing itself, because you're basically standing Ghostbusters style, like in the elevator, right? But just, you know, but you're you know, as like the Muzak plays, you know, but you're lifting your feet, and you're like in a puddle of blood, and viscera too, by the way, and you out into the elevator landing. Now, the elevator landing this time around, whatever it was, like an hour later or so, you still see Zebra. The remains of Zebra are still there, but there is a clearly visible thick trail of pseudo milk that is leaving from the elevator, or not from the elevator cabin, but from the shaft, right? Like from the lip.
Yep.
Into this room, and it is. Let me check here what path it would take.
You're heading back to where we first found it.
Yeah. Where did you first find it? The locker room?
It was in the electric grid.
Yeah, after the room beyond where the acid things were. Yeah.
Right, and it doesn't go there. Oh wait. Yes, it does. I'm sorry. Had to parse the schematic.
So it goes through the duct into the room of acid pustules.
That's correct. It goes right. It goes into that duct. So So there's actually like a trail that leads to the wall, and then like it goes up the wall a little bit and into the duct.
All right. So that was the digestion spray. It's in the electric grid. There's no other way to the electric grid without going through vacuum. So we got to go through the duct into the digestion spray room.
Is that where the pseudo milk thing is going, John? Into the duct?
Into the duct, yeah.
To the electric grid, laser control access, yeah.
Yeah. We'd have to go laser control waste recycling. Yeah, we'd have to get vac suits and go through toxic sludge. So that sounds not better than the duct.
I'll go in the duct.
Yeah, because you have to close range shotgun, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You should put a hearing protection before you do that, man. You're gonna all right.
I'm gonna go in the duct with my shotgun pointed in front of me, John, with the light the light lit.
All right, yeah. So you get in there and do your little crawl, and you remember this from a while back, when you emerge at the other end of the duct. I can't remember what precautions you took with that one, but we'll say it's openable or whatever. You view this room, personal scale room, corroded steel floor, definite signs of acid damage, and then there was those weird, like pseudo flesh jellyfish sort of things that were on the ceiling, right? And then you were smart enough to actually kind of pop them off from the duct themselves. So you didn't get hurt, right?
There with a nail gun, I think.
It was a nail gun. Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah. And then across, so you never actually, you did enter the room. So there's steel cabling here, which there was previously, right? The new thing that's here is that you do see pseudo milk trail that's going along the steel floor, going over those acid holes. And it goes right over to the bulkhead door, which is that leads to the electric grid, which is open.
Right. Yeah, he had a window or something in it. We opened it, and we're very sorry we did.
Yeah, and you can see Sharp because it's a human scale room. You can see because the door is across the room from where you are from the duct. You can see the slightly glowing grid pattern of the electric grid beyond in the room beyond.
All right, so we can safely enter the digestion spray room. I got all the acid.
It sure looks like. Excuse me. Yes, it sure looks like it.
Right. All right, so Sharp, why don't you enter and stop until I get out of the duct as well?
Sounds good.
And then we creep up.
I'm going to stay in the duct until you guys both get to the door, assuming that's where you're going.
Right.
Okay.
No, so I'm thinking we have two choices here. One is maybe there's more, but we walk up to the door to the electric grid and react accordingly. The other is we twang a wire here and now and try and draw it out, and we just waste it as soon as we see it.
We could do that. Because there's just wire everywhere, right, John?
It's pretty. But it's not coated. You can navigate it carefully if you move slow. The other thing too, Sharp, is that you don't hear it. You don't hear anything that sounds like the hunter coming from the electric grid either. But you can clearly see the pseudo milk trail.
All right, we're gonna twang it, and we're gonna be ready to fire.
So you two guys are in the room, right?
Yeah,
we're in the digestion spray room.
Okay, and I'll take. I mean, this is stupid, but I'll take out her little pop gun and point it at the door as well.
Can't hurt. Yeah. So if we twang a wire, like we're standing right by where we came out of the duct.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
We're looking across the room. There's the door.
Right.
Weapons up. Twang a wire. What happens?
To be clear, just in case shit does go down, you realize that the duct is sort of above you, right? It's coming out from.
We're trapped. We're fucked. Yeah, we get it.
Okay. And Thulsa, you're back in the shop?
I had forgotten that, Mike. Let's think about that a second. We would have to drop down, is what you're saying, John?
If you want to be in the room, yes.
But is the duct wide enough for two people to fire side by side?
No, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. So in that case too, you could lie prone on your stomach, and one person could be sort of sniper position sort of thing, like on their stomach in the duct, looking down into the room, but only one.
I'll drop down. You stay up.
I like that plan. That's a great plan.
Okay.
Also, you're off the hook. You don't have to shoot anybody.
Oh, good, because I hate those things.
You can pull my headless corpse by my feet back out of the duct later. How does that sound?
Is this the duct we found you in?
No, is it? I don't think it is.
Right, John, I twang a wire.
And if that's, I'm gonna hang back a little bit so that I can get out of this duct quickly, going back the other way if I need to.
Gotcha, understood. All right, so sorry, Hubble, you're Sharp. You're down in the thing, or
Sharp's in the room. Hubble's in the duct.
Hubble's in the duct. Sharp's in the room. Okay, Sharp, you're twanging a thing. Twang. You can see all the wires sort of shimmer as they all sort of pick up the resonance. And indeed, after maybe 10 seconds or so, you can hear a scuttling somewhere off in the distance beyond, beyond the electric grid.
Still sound as frisky as it always does?
It's moving.
Is it coming towards us?
It sure sounds like it. The noise is getting louder.
Okay. Get ready.
We get some friggin' grenades, man. All right.
Yeah, me too.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, John, I'm gonna use my mag boots, and I'm gonna go up the side of the wall and see if I can get to a pipe or something to hang on.
You can, but remember, gravity still works.
Yeah.
So you can't
I know it's not like the Batman walking up the wall. I'm just saying, is there anything is there a purchase that I can get that's not at ground level?
Yeah, for sure. But you'd have to sort of, you got your mag boots attached to the wall, and then one arm would be hooked around a pipe, and then the other arm would be holding a gun, and you'd sort of be hanging off of it like a monkey.
Or if I can just straddle a pipe and be sitting on it, kind of thing.
Yeah, sure, okay.
I
don't think too deep of a call. Yeah.
Got it. So we'll do that.
Okay.
All
right. So this is difficult to convey to get you guys to feel the emotions, but like your characters would definitely like that mounting sense of dread as you hear it like stalking and coming closer and closer, like it's inevitable, like you're just listening to your own death basically, and you're wanting it to come, like you're willing it to come. So I would say that this is appropriate time for everyone to make a fear check.
All right, Hubble's going to say to Sharp, "Hey man, I don't know. Were you deployed on Rigel 7? Remember Rigel 7, man? Rigel, that was some bad shit, man. It was just like this, man. Shit.
You and I remember Rigel 7 very differently.
All right,
some men court death like a lover.
Yeah, I court death like a cheap prostitute. I'm afraid. All right,
okay.
Fear checks, bitches.
Fair save from Ted. I need a 44 or less, and I rolled a 27. Thank God. Oh,
nice.
Okay, I have a fear of 38. I rolled a 10.
Yes.
Dang, you Marines are just solid as rocks.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, I'll show you guys how it's done. Okay, I have a fear save of 19. There we go. 98, bitches.
98. Hold on. Actually, a 98.
So
a 98 might be a thing.
No.
Yeah. Hold on.
Thing.
Really?
A roll of 90 to 99 is always a failure. Okay, but not a crit failure. Okay. Yeah.
99 would have been. Okay. See?
99 would have been. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay.
A little bit of poop definitely comes.
Yeah, I totally smell it in this tight duct corridor here.
Yeah. So you're up to 13 there, Thulsa. Okay. So. So you just wait for your inevitable doom to arrive. And yes, so from the far end of the electric grid room, so like way far away, like extreme range or whatever, the thing emerges, right? So you see a door. You can see it at the far end of the electric grid, right? If you're looking straight across, right? Like through the open door that leads to the electric grid, and at the far end of the electric grid room, you see a door open. And it's like basically like a silent open because you're so far away, and then the thing sort of emerges with multiple with multiple arms into the electric grid room. Now remember the thing is like all four walls are coded, like it's like the Event Horizon room, right? Or the 2001 room actually, right, where he's trying to deactivate Dave, and so it looks completely out of place in that very ordered environment. Right, it's like this awful twisted mass that's like moving through extremely ordered high tech, and it's dragging and leaking pseudo milk as it claws its way forward. And you notice that it is not moving with the same dexterity and confidence that it was prior. Multiple legs have been shorn off, and are dangling by like just wires, by like cables. Remember that its lower jaw was removed. It has like a human android skull, metal skull, but the lower jaw was removed, and there was just like a proboscis that was kind of like this obscene thing that was kind of coming out from underneath. That is dangling now, so it's like by a single like spittle like cord, like it's just sort of dangling and like wagging obscenely as it kind of moves its head from side to side, and it does seem to be doing like that. It's a bad metaphor, but I'm using it anyways. It looks like, like Stevie Wonder would move his head like this, you know what I mean? That's like sort of like that's sort of like what it's doing though. It's sort of like moving its head, like lolling it, like it can't quite like get its bearings, or like its gyroscopes are off or something like that. And it's just like
keep on diving.
Yeah, the whole thing it just sends like a sheer thrum of deep terror through like your entire spine as it sort of like moves and locks eyes with, and remember like the top of its skull is just like rimmed with eyes, with robotic eyes. Yeah, Ted?
I shoot it.
And you shoot it. So it just entered the back of the electric grid. So what I'm saying now is it's extreme range.
Oh, it's extreme.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought these were human-sized rooms.
They are, but they're still like extreme range. Yeah, a human room can still be quite large, you know what I mean? But you're looking through the distance of two long rooms.
All right, well, I've got a long-range weapon, so as soon as it comes into long range, I'm going to light it up.
Okay.
I actually have an extreme range weapon and my shotgun. So is it possible, John, to get a shot off with the smart rifle that I have?
Yeah, if you have extreme range. There's a downside to the smart rifle, right? We talked about this.
The downside
Be
of smart
smart to
rifle
use
is
it?
it's useless. Not useless, but it's very ineffective at close range.
At close range, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. So range is extreme. Is it the only extreme one? It is.
It might be. I literally think it's like a sniper rifle type thing.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the only. It's the only one that can reach extreme. So you can get a shot off first. Sharp. Go ahead.
Okay. Sweet. I am going to. Combat is 51. Military training is 10. That gives me a 61. 69.
Damn it.
Nice.
Ooh, brutal. Okay. So yeah, you try to line it up. 69. Dude. Yeah, you try to steady yourself, like breathe out, right? Steady your arm. You're like, and I'm going to get one shot off. But your nerves are just a little bit too much when you see that thing coming, and your shot goes wide. And it makes some sort of awful, pitiable sound that emerges after your shot misses. You also see that where your bullet hit, which was somewhere in the electric grid, you see something hiss and smoke in the electric grid wherever you hit it.
Yeah, I bet.
And it picks up its pace now. It tries to stumble its way forward even closer. Now it's in long range. Both Hubble and Sharp can take shots now if you want.
Yeah. You go ahead, Mike.
Ted, go. You go first.
Okay, fine. So do I have any advantage from my sort of sniper prone position?
From your sniper,
He's in the
lying on my belly in sniper position. Does that give me anything?
Sure.
Advantage on the roll?
I'll give you advantage. Yeah.
Okay. So firearms training and combat gives me a 68, and I will roll a. Holy crap, Mike! This was a terrible plan.
Oh god!
You have advantage, dude. Roll it again.
I rolled 2 sets of dice. I rolled a 70 and a 71.
Those are bad.
Those are both bad rolls. Yeah,
they're not crits. They're not crits.
I missed it by 2.
Okay, so yeah, you're like, oh fuck, here it comes. You're like, brrr. And both of you miss.
He shot. I didn't shoot this turn.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Good luck, Mike.
God damn it, Ted. 54. I made it by 5.
Okay.
Nice.
6, 7.
Okay.
I needed 61. All right, so I hit.
Yeah.
So
40,
now the smart rifle does 40-10 damage.
What does the AA next to that mean, John?
Anti-armor.
Anti-aircraft.
Anti-armor.
Which means, I believe it means it just disregards
Yeah.
anyone's armor. Yeah.
So that's a 9 and a 3. That's 12. Ooh, a 10, 22, and a 5. So 27 points.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. So you make the slightest adjustment from your previous guess, and you hit it dead on, just with your smart rifle, and it like none of your bullets go wide, right? Like they all just ram right into it, and just and you see it like it takes the hit a lot more solidly than you last witnessed it do whenever Dixon attempted to shoot it many moons ago. Which it just kind of kept on coming and just diced Dixon, right? This time it's like visibly affected by it. Like pseudo milk goes splattering out everywhere it hits one of the electrical grid things, like that little panel like winks out, like sputters with light and then winks out, and it scrapes its remaining blades as it tries to maintain grip. It also damaging part of the electrical grid as well as it tries to like heave its way. It just lost a lot of its mobility as it tries to heave its way even closer. Now we're at we went extreme long, and now where are we? Close, right? So we're at close range. You have one more round. You can, I believe, now you can use your shotgun if you wanted to before it is on you.
Hey guys, how's it going up there? It's going okay?
Great. All right. I'll fire again. Pulse rifle. This time I definitely hit. And with a 42, I needed a 68.
Great.
And I roll, let's see, 9, 10, 15, 18 points of damage.
18 points. What is this with?
From a pulse rifle, which is not anti-armor. I think it's just does gunshot damage.
18. All right. So it's
pulse rifle. Oh, I'm sorry. I rolled the damage wrong.
It's 3d10.
I'm sorry. We re-roll that. I rolled 4 dice instead of 3. My apologies. God wills it. 18.
18 again. Okay, that makes my job easy. Okay, so your pulse rifle, you as it's barreling towards you, and right before it enters, melee, like it basically engages with Sharp, right? No, Sharp's the one on the ground. Right?
Sharp's on the ground.
Not on the ground.
I'm on the ground, but I'm on a pipe. Yeah,
you're on the pipe. Yeah, yeah. So we'll say for dramatic effect, it's like lunging and it's coming down with one of its scythe blades to attack Sharp, and then behind Sharp, you're like attempting maybe to switch out to your shotgun. You're like fuck as you watch the blade come down, and then Hubble behind you in the duct just goes doof, 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 and that blade arm just goes it goes whipping off. It now has no more arms, and you look right into its eyes, Sharp, all its multifaceted arachnoid sort of eyes, as they all do the Terminator thing where like the redness just goes and it goes down, and it just clank with like a massive sound of machinery just dropping onto the acid destroyed floor, just spattering pseudo milk all over the place, probably on Sharp a little bit.
I really want Thulsa to do that like Conan the Destroyer thing, just run up behind it, just stab it with it. Like that.
It hits the ground, and it's just like an ugly piece of metal now, and it just it like smokes like a little bit, just kind of wafts off of it.
Oh, nice.
Nicely done.
Close, Dad.
Hot damn. Good call, Mike.
You have killed the hunter. With a big layup from the security android. So, thank you, Monarch.
Thanks, guys.
Man, I did not want to give that thing an opportunity to like repair itself or fix itself or whatever.
Good call.
And it does.
John, I'm gonna drop down onto it with both feet, the shotgun pointed right at its head.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I'm not gonna shoot it, Matt. Don't worry. I want to know: is any part of it an artifact?
No part of it is an artifact. No.
Okay, then I shoot it in the head.
Just to make sure.
Core, the Android core. Try not to shoot the Android core.
Oh, Android core.
Android core.
Yeah, our kitty will pay us for Android processing cores.
Okay, yes, well then I don't shoot it, John. I didn't know it had an Android core.
It's an Android.
I don't know, but it looks like an Android.
It's definitely an Android.
Shoot it in the junk, or
heavily
something
mutated.
Like
the most heavily mutated Android you've ever seen.
Okay. All right, very cool, man. Now let's go loot its lair.
Okay, so we are at time. We can end it here with Thulsa. Do you want to try to remove the core?
I would like that very much, John. I would like that very much.
Okay, I don't think that's going to require a roll. We'll just say that you have it. So you're going to want to write that down, that you have specific. Don't just write down core. Write down that you have like the hunter's logic core.
Awesome.
And you could also salvage the other side blade if you wanted to.
Yes, for sure.
You could have two arm blades.
You want both of those Sharp?
Yep.
Okay. 2 times hunter scythe arms.
Put one on each of your guns.
Now the hunter also, let me just make sure I get this right. It wasn't actually like a bloated abdomen, like a Shelob sort of thing. He actually had like a huge nodule on its back. Again, remember, it's none of this is organic. It's all machinery. But there is a rather grotesque looking nodule that is on its back, which actually which is where the webbing is created and is released from.
Yeah, I was going to ask if that is salvageable, that piece.
It is salvageable. I would say, though, that it's similar to like a vac suit. It's not something that you could just tuck away.
Bulky,
It's bulky. You would have to carry it with both hands, but it is likely that it's not an artifact, but that is like some high-tech shit. In the right hands, it would probably fetch a pretty penny. And or you guys yourselves could try to repurpose it for your own uses.
Yeah, it can be really, really cool.
We attach it to David and make him spin webs for us.
So detaching it is not an issue. I just need to know, like, do you want to take on that burden?
I mean, I think we should. Am I physically able to carry that, John?
You're physically able, but it's the only thing you would be able to carry.
That's good. I want these guys to be armed, so I'll carry the what do we want to call it? The metal spinneret.
Spinneret. Just call it a spinneret. Hunter spinneret.
That's sweet. And is there the other thing she'd look for is this seemed to have an innate way to sense the vibrations from things that were attached to the spinneret. Is there a piece of like mechanism or something that can also come along with that? Like if there's the receiver, like, the
let me burn. I'm going to burn 2 turns if you guys want to go thoroughly over the entire corpse. Is that okay? And I'll give you an answer.
I think it's worth it. Yeah.
I would say that it doesn't detail it, but my vision of it is that I think that it's always connected to its web in some way, shape, or form, and the webs are completely interconnected. So it's highly, highly sensitive. So I would say that the sensors are in its morphed phalanges. Like there used to be like human-like phalanges, but have been adapted and mutated in some sort of way. So they're very sort of spidery, but they're still like 5-finger hand. They're like disturbingly human, but long, right? And at the end of those, like on the finger pads, are highly, highly sensitive electronics that can pick up like the slightest micro vibration in anything, really. But it's obviously attuned to its own steel webbing. So it's basically like in the hands, right?
Oh, guys, I want to attach this to Leica.
Oh, now there's a thought.
Oh, it could. I mean, I'm sure it'll take a little work. I can't just do it, but right. But to
again,
get these
it's tech that's beyond your normal level of knowledge. So it would be a tough thing, but it was definitely possible.
Right.
So what I actually want to do with the scythe blades, John, is I want to like jury rig like a thing on my van brace for my armor, so I can go and they'll just go thunk.
Like Predator.
Thunk. Yeah, Wolverine style, baby.
Yes.
Weapon X.
Yeah. Well, write your ideas down, so because I will definitely forget them. You guys need to be able to prompt me. Should you ever find yourself in a safe haven again? So Matt, you're probably going to write that down too. If you at this point you're not going to be able to carefully remove the sensors, you would have to sort of basically lop off a couple hands or something like that, or lop off a hand.
Yeah. So spinnerets and 2 monster hands. Got it.
Monster hands. Here you go. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Well done, guys. You got rid of the hunter. I was actually. I was banking on the fact that Matt was going to overrule you and you guys were going to take the elevator up to reception, but an interesting twist. Yeah.
A benevolent caller always listens to his teammates.
There you go. And you're still alive. Everyone's still alive, amazingly. And only a few more stress to show for it, which not too bad. Okay.
Not me. I'm less stressed now than I was at the beginning of the
session. You're good. You're totally fine.
Do I take a stress for that missed shot?
Yes, you do. Yeah. Thank you for being honest. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
12.
And so Sharp, you also missed, right? So you're up at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I always forget that. Like every failed roll is stress. Okay. We're done. Episode 16. Thank you, everyone out there, for watching and or listening to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. This has been episode 16 of our Mothership Gradient-Descent campaign. Thank you all for watching and or listening. You know your solemn duty, and that is to like and subscribe on YouTube, hit the bell icon, get notifications every time we publish new material. If you have a few extra bucks, hook us up with a Patreon subscription. We have a whole other campaign going on Patreon. It's our Return to Dolmenwood. Episode 0 and 1 are free to watch on YouTube or listen to on your podcaster of choice. But if you want to listen to the entire campaign as it is ongoing, I think we're on we just finished episode 8 at the time of this recording, then you want to hook us up with a subscription so you can get access to that very, very awesome campaign that we're playing. In addition to a bunch of other benefits as well. Thank you as always to all of our Patreon supporters, our explorers, our delvers, and especially our conquerors. Oh, and I forgot our special shout outs. David's not here, but we always give thanks to David for doing the beautiful overlay that you see before you. All the artwork, graphics, and animations are all courtesy of David's unbelievable skill. Also to friend of the channel, Hank, otherwise known as Hellrude, for composing the intro music to our Mothership campaign. Thank you, Hank. But back to our conquerors. Ted has the distinct pleasure of reading those fine people's names aloud. Go for it.
I do. And we are welcoming a new conqueror tonight to the ranks. Chris Ackroyd, you join a group of people who are good looking, strong, and above average in every respect. And their names are
across the board.
Ringing endorsement.
Jaron Goodman, 3C273, Evan Leroy, Narrative Erection, Adam McKinney, Iohet, oh, pendulous thy hearts and minds, Soul Slur, Ryan Gunter, Chris Harvey, Otto Poole, Bren Kneecleaver, Sorcerius, Chris Milan DM, Crayon Box, Oxyon, Erica, Scott, Simone Canola, Q-Dog, Love Letters from the Locker, Marshall, Dogleaf, Mike Butts, Old Dirty Biggest Stickus, John. Damn it. Every time I
It's
have
such
to
a
win.
good one. Never change
John
that one.
Butek, Scott Fournier, Sophia Pang, Mark Dyson, Carl Stephenson, Necrotic Gnome, Derek B., Ted is my goat, Eric Manley, Todd Jeffcoat, Tyler Hackenberg, Christo Lute, Jeff, Julian Arcolicus, Jofo, Brutes Monkeys, Hot Dog, The Mighty Martian, Noah, Christopher Bishop, Banana Hammock, AJ, Mandatory Goat, Michael Sauer, Adam Lovelace, Desiree Marcel, Grizz Loves Games, Dustin Reedy, Chris Rowe, Benjamin King of Zoops, MP, Todd, Hex Brawler Jake, Steve, Jeff Marino, Twegman, Alan Barton, Robert Kirkland, Eric Tsunami, MD, Samuel Dillon, Yesterday's Glory, Mike Small, Richard Barton, Christian Carter, Dungeon Maestro, Isaac, 2D10 plus 25 DTL Spencer, James Boyle, Ted the Tedding Teddy Bear, Chris Loricella, Jackson Bates, John Hooker, Mordrew, Zachary Hall, Saps. Now it's time for the Davids. Papa Bear DM, Zach Shiflett. You're not my dad, Mike. I'll put what I like, 605. Ruben K, Dar Jr., Procyon, Dakota Nielsen, Cam, Stephen Kazenberry, John and La Logan, Kabrowskis, Bruiser, Magic Meat Machine, Phil, Nakanu the Amused, Nick, Jeff Szymanski, Mando NZ, Boo Schwareb, Jimbo WA, Ted Gast, Eric Lawson, Grunt, Andrew Schroker, Jason Jones, MM, Michael Schilling, Stefano Di Maiolo, Ash Gabrielle, Chongas, Hex Brawler Joshi, Arno, Iona, Michael Walker, Mother of Romulus, Han Dandroid, Sean Ellis, Summon Toast, Too Rude, Too Ishvan, R. Cabral, Dungeon Heart Adam, Scott Yearsley, Mech Jack, Kick Maniac, Dyer Grew, and Matt's favorite, Tom Eric Gerritsen, because follow thusly the Matts, Matthew Mattis, Mads the Danish Matt, Matt Welsh, Matt Mason, Matt Koenig, and Matt Young. Thank you. You're all extremely beautiful people, and we love you.
Yes, thank you as always to all our supporters, and thank you for sticking with us. We will see you next time. Enjoy your week, and we will see you in 2026. Adios.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you, John.
Happy New Year.